Luna's Windy Adventure. In a sunny patch of grass lived a tiny ladybug named Luna. Luna had 7 beautiful spots on her bright red back, making her look like a little piece of the sky. One day, as Luna was munching on a juicy leaf, a strong gust of wind whooshed by. It lifted Luna right off the ground and sent her spinning through the air. Whee! Luna cried, giggling as she twirled and turned. The wind carried her high above the flowers, past the tall trees, and even over the houses. Luna had never been so high up before. But then, the wind suddenly stopped. Oh! Luna realized she was falling. Down, down, down she went, her tiny legs kicking the air. She squeezed her eyes shut and braced for a big bump. Suddenly, a big, soft dandelion puff caught her fall. Luna landed gently on the fluffy white seed, feeling safe and cozy. She peeked out and saw a friendly bumblebee buzzing by. "Thank you, Mr. Bumblebee," Luna called out. The bumblebee smiled. "No problem, little ladybug. Did you enjoy your ride?" Luna giggled. A little too much at first, but it was fun too. The bumblebee helped Luna hop off the dandelion and back onto a leaf. Luna looked around. Everything seemed so much bigger from up there. "The world is amazing," Luna said, taking a deep breath of fresh air. "It sure is," the bumblebee agreed. "Now, where do you need to go, little traveler?" Luna thought for a moment. "Home, please. I miss my friends." The bumblebee nodded and gently buzzed in front of her, leading the way. They flew past the houses, the trees, and the flowers, until finally they reached Luna's sunny patch of grass. Luna thanked the bumblebee one last time and waved goodbye. She scurried back to her friends, her 7 spots sparkling in the sun. She had an exciting adventure, but there's no place like home, she thought, feeling happy and safe with her friends. Finn's Big Adventure. Once upon a time, in a bright blue sea, lived a playful little fish named Finn. Finn had bright orange scales that shimmered like sunshine, and a fin that wiggled faster than anyone else's. Every morning, Finn would wake up with the sunrise and wiggle his fin excitedly. He loved exploring the coral reef, zooming past colorful fish, and playing hide-and-seek with his friends. One day, while Finn was chasing bubbles, he swam too far away from his coral home. He saw a giant, shiny ship with tall masts reaching towards the sky. He had never seen anything like it before. Curious, Finn swam closer and closer to the ship. Suddenly, a big wave crashed, pulling Finn away from the reef. He tumbled through the water, feeling scared and alone. "Oh no," he squeaked, "where am I going?" The wave carried Finn far away from the familiar coral reef. He landed with a plop on sandy ground, surrounded by strange seashells he had never seen before. Finn felt a tear roll down his cheek. "I miss my reef," he whimpered. Just then, a friendly voice squeaked, "Hello there, little one. Why the sad face?" Finn looked up and saw a happy little crab waving his claw. "I got lost in a wave," Finn explained sadly, "and I don't know how to get back home." The crab smiled and patted Finn's head with his claw. "Don't worry, little fish. I know just what to do. Follow the singing shells." Finn tilted his head, confused. "What are singing shells?" he asked. The crab pointed to a line of colorful shells scattered on the seabed. "These shells sing a special song," he explained, "a song only fish can hear. Just follow the song, and it will lead you back to your reef. Finn's eyes lit up with hope. He thanked the friendly crab and started swimming towards the nearest shell. He listened closely and heard a faint melody, like a tiny underwater tune. He swam from shell to shell, following the beautiful song, feeling happy that he wasn't alone. After a while, the song grew louder and louder. Then, Finn saw it. His colorful coral reef, bustling with his friends. He swam as fast as he could, his heart filled with joy. Finally, he reached his home, safe and sound. From that day on, Finn never forgot the kindness of the crab and the magic of the singing shells. He also learned that even when you get lost, by listening closely and following the right path, you can always find your way home.
Max and Mitten's Teamwork Adventure. Once upon a time, in a cozy house with a sunny garden, lived a playful dog named Max and a fluffy cat named Mittens. Max, with his wagging tail and happy barks, loved to chase butterflies and zoom around the yard. Mittens, with her soft fur and bright green eyes, preferred to nap in sunbeams and bat at dangling yarn. One sunny afternoon, Max was chasing a bouncy ball in the garden when it rolled under the fence. Max whined and dug at the ground, but it was too low. He couldn't reach his favorite ball. Just then, Mittens sauntered by, stretching her claws on the porch steps. Max, feeling sad, whimpered, "Mittens, I can't get my ball. It's stuck under the fence." Mittens, ever so curious, peeked under the fence. In a flash, she squeezed through the small gap and snatched the ball. With her tiny teeth, Max jumped with joy, barking excitedly. But Mittens, being a cat, couldn't fit back through the hole with the ball in her mouth. Now, both Max and Mittens were looking sad. Max couldn't reach the ball, and Mittens couldn't get out. But then Max had an idea. He ran to the back door and barked loudly, hoping to get someone's attention. Luckily, Lily, their little human friend, heard the commotion. She peeked outside and saw the two furry friends in distress. Lily, with a gentle smile, ran to the fence, carefully pulled out the ball, and gave it back to Max. Mittens, seeing the ball free, happily squeezed back through the hole. She purred and rubbed against Lily's legs, thanking her in her own purring way. From that day on, Max and Mittens, even though they liked different things, learned to help each other. They realized that sometimes even the smallest friend can be a big help, and together they could overcome any little obstacle. The Mystery of the Missing Carrots. Once upon a time, in a forest filled with sunshine that peeked through the leaves, lived a fluffy bunny named Pip. Pip had a nose that wiggled like a happy worm and could hop higher than any dandelion puff. One crisp morning, Pip hopped out of his cozy burrow, his tummy grumbling like a grumpy bear. "Time for breakfast," he declared, his whiskers twitching excitedly. Pip loved carrots more than anything, especially the bright orange ones that crunched with every bite. He hopped towards his favorite patch, the one closest to the big oak tree. But when he reached it, his big ears drooped lower than a wilted flower. Every single carrot was gone. Not a single orange crunch was left. Pip felt a frown spread across his face. He sniffed the ground, hoping to catch a whiff of a leftover carrot, but there was nothing. Just then, a tiny squeak echoed through the trees, making Pip jump. He looked up and saw a brown blur zip up a tree trunk. It was a squirrel with a bushy tail the color of burnt cinnamon. "Hello," Pip called out, his voice a bit sad. "What's your name?" The squirrel paused high up in the branches, peeking down with bright, curious eyes. "I'm Squeak," he chirped. "And where are all the yummy carrots? Those were supposed to be my snack, too." Pip explained about the empty patch, his ears drooping even lower. They both felt disappointed. All their breakfast plans had vanished. But then, Pip had an idea. His nose wiggled with excitement, and a smile spread across his face. "Hey, Squeak!" Pip called out. "Why don't we look together? Maybe we can find something else yummy to share." Squeak's bushy tail twitched with interest. He had never met a bunny before, but finding a new friend and some tasty food sounded like a good plan. "All right, let's look," he squeaked back, jumping down from the tree with a soft thud. So, Pip and Squeak set off on an adventure. Pip hopped along the forest floor, his nose twitching for hidden treats. Squeak scurried up and down trees, peeking under leaves and inside hollow logs. They searched high and low, their disappointment slowly turning into excited curiosity. Suddenly, Pip stopped. His nose twitched excitedly, and he let out a happy hop. Hidden under a big, shady bush, he spotted a patch of blueberries. They were plump and juicy, sparkling like tiny blue marbles under the sunlight. Squeak scrambled down from a nearby branch, his eyes wide with delight. "Blueberries!" he squeaked. "Those are even better than acorns." Pip and Squeak feasted on the blueberries, their worries forgotten. The juicy berries were sweet and delicious, bursting with flavor in their mouths. They even tasted better than they had imagined, shared with a new friend. As they ate, Pip and Squeak chatted about everything under the sun. Pip told Squeak about chasing butterflies in the meadow, and Squeak shared stories about hiding nuts in secret places. They learned that even though they were different, they both loved exploring and finding yummy treats. When they finished the blueberries, Pip turned to Squeak with a big smile. "Thanks for looking with me, Squeak," he said. "These blueberries were amazing." Squeak grinned back, his bushy tail flicking happily. "Thanks to you too, Pip. Even though we didn't find carrots or acorns, I found a new friend, and that's the sweetest treat of all." From that day on, Pip and Squeak were the best of friends. They explored the forest together, always on the lookout for yummy adventures and new discoveries. They knew that sharing their adventures, their snacks, and their friendship made everything even sweeter. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel.